my peaches, I'm Eleanor and I'm getting ready to pull your 2020 year ahead tarot forecast. I'll be using Spirit Within Tarot by Stephen Bright. I'm going to pull 12 cards, one for each month. And then when I do your monthlies, I'm going to pull more cards and we can unpack the themes that come out with each card for each month. Each video is going to be labeled by zodiac sign, and it's also going to have a title so you'll know if it might be for you. If it doesn't resonate, that's okay because I'm reading for a lot of people and I do offer personal readings. My information will be in the description box below. Hit me up. I would love to see what's going on and help you out. Also, this reading may not necessarily resonate with your sun sign, so I recommend looking up all of your sign placements, because if you're more interested in a love reading, you might want to know where your sign is and your Venus sign is, or if you're wanting to know more about sex or your passion project, you'll want to know where your Mars is placed. Deeply personal, emotional things will be your moon. How other people are perceiving you, that'll be your rising. So if you get a full chart, you'll be able to get more out of my readings and find out which video is going to be the best one for you to watch and be most relevant to you. Also, this is my first video series ever, so I have a lot of wrinkles to work out, but bear with me. I know you just want to get to the messages, right? So let's get to it. Hey Taurus, you're up. Let's see what 2020 has in store for you. What are you going to be dealing with in 2020? Let's find out. Let's go. Let's find out January. Taurus. This is for Taurus. In January 2020, what are you going to be dealing with, Taurus? Taurus, you're showing up in your element in January. The Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Earth. So you're going to be feeling very much like yourself, in your power, and capable this month. Capable of taking care of yourself, taking care of your environment, capable of taking care of those around you, taking care of your money, taking care of your body, taking care of business in every way. So it should be pretty smooth January for you, Taurus. Everything should be feeling good, feeling smooth. Let's find out February. Let's see what February is going to be like for you, Taurus. What is your energy going to be? What are you going to be dealing with in February? February for Taurus. And for each one of these, I'm going to do a monthly. So we're going to take this card, pull 4 more, and find out a week by week, getting a lot more detail. This is just your general overview for 2020. Taurus, February. What is going to be the general theme of February for Taurus? Just one. We just want one card for Taurus for February. 10 of Swords, Taurus. So this is what I call my Dunzo card. This means that you have fought a problem to death. And it means you either need to surrender and let the universe take it where it was going to take it all along, or you can keep going and not let it go, and you can create the thing that you've been so afraid of creating through your actions, through a what do they call it? Self-fulfilling prophecy. So 10 of Swords is where you're absolutely done with something, and you're done thinking about it, you've thought it to death. And now it's time to access your emotions, access your intuition, find some other way to get through this situation. So February brings with you an ending of something that's going to be a giant relief to put down. You're going to find out that whatever the universe had in mind was better than what you were trying to force through, I think, in February. So let's find out March for Taurus. March. Taurus. Just one. What is Taurus going to be dealing with in March? King of Cups in March. This is going to be one of your most emotionally stable feeling months. So you're going to be able to be nurturing to those around you, able to give and receive love, and not whatever's going on here in February. It looks like you definitely succeed in accessing another part of yourself to get through it, because this is going to be very much in charge of your emotions and in control of your emotions and choosing. We don't choose our emotions, but we do choose how we react and what we do with them. So whatever this ending is in February. In March, you're going to be feeling much more in control and stable around your feelings. So let's find out April. April for Taurus. April. I feel like the King of Cups is somebody else's rock. You're going to be the stable one in the situation. If the situation involves other people, you're going to be the one that's not going to be tossed around by it. Your emotions are going to be steady and solid. So in April, Taurus, we have the Fool. So this is going to be a brand new beginning. And this is a major arcana. So this is going to be more, this isn't going to be just related to your emotions or your job or whatever. This is going to be in every aspect. This is a heavy cosmic influence. And this is going to be such a brand new start for you. It's going to be throwing out everything you thought you knew, everything that you're afraid of happening, and just being absolutely, completely, totally open to however it's going to play out. Because I think in February, you're going to realize that trying to have all that control and trying to write the story and make sure the story comes out exactly the way you want was depleting, and that there's so much more possible when you say, universe, please give me XYZ or better. And this is when you open your hands to or better. So that's going to be fun to break down in April, Taurus. I can't wait. Because we'll do it week by week and we'll see what it is you're letting go of and what it is you're opening up to, and what might be coming into your wide open arms. So let's find out May for Taurus. May for Taurus. The Six of Cups has to be one of my favorite cards. There is something coming back in an emotional sense from your past. So it doesn't necessarily, this can be a person, this can be reconciliation and forgiveness. It can be finding a found object that reminds you of something. So there's some nostalgia. It's something that you remember fondly coming back. So it can be something that triggers a memory, or it can actually be a situation returning to be resolved. But there's an offering of peace. There's a return to something that felt good at one time. Something, this can be where two people that have been in conflict for a long time experience or witness something that makes them realize that whatever was keeping them apart is not important, and that blood is what matters, or history, or whatever it is that held you two together long ago is what matters to you now. So that's beautiful for May for Taurus. Let's find out June. That's so exciting and so sweet. Six of Cups is very childlike. It's going to bring something back that you've been missing. That's going to be fun to break down in May. So for June, Taurus, you're going to be investing in something in your environment. So this is going to be making plans to take care of your body in some new way, or to earn money in some new way. You can be investing, you can be starting a process. This is something in your environment, something that you can touch and make noise with. So this can be a lot of things, but it's a brand new start in action. It's something that you're making your to-do list about and starting to take the first steps on in the physical realm. So maybe it's been an idea for a long time, or maybe it's something you just thought of, but it's going to be the first steps in the real world, where you open that bank account, or you go see that nutritionist, or whatever it is for you in June. Okay, Taurus, let's see what July has for you. Taurus, July. The Lovers, Taurus, for July. This is all about your values. This is deciding what your core values are and then deciding which path. And it's going to keeps you in your integrity. So, and this can play out within you. This can play out where you become impervious to codependence. And maybe you meet someone in this time and maybe you don't, but it's where you're becoming your half of a power couple. And a lot of times when this card comes up in July, this may mean where you meet that person that's your equal and that has all of your same values and is in alignment with you, and you may start a new journey. But what's more important about the Lovers is that you're becoming what it is that you want. You're like, I want this type of person. Well, in order to get that type of person into your orbit, you have to be that type of person. So in July, you are going to be becoming whole in a way that attracts another whole person. Another person who is also whole, so that you're not two damaged people trying to hold each other together. So I think I want to repeat what I said, becoming your half of a power couple. That may or may not come to fruition in July, but you're doing your part. You're on your way in July. So let's find out, Taurus, what you'll be dealing with in August. Taurus's energy in August. 3 of Wands. I don't know how old this technology I'm thinking of is, but wasn't there something called a ping where you would find out if a server or a website was down by pinging it, and it would ping back if it was up? It's also how sonar works, how dolphins find their way. This is the ping back. This is where you send something out. You sent your feelers out, and you're finding out what you wanted to know, like dropping a coin into a hole to hear how deep it is or what you might be dealing with. So this is starting to see results from questions and from efforts. It's so in the 2 of Wands isn't here, but a card prior to this is where you're blazing new territory and a new path. So actually here in June, you are starting something new. So this may be where you start to see if you've taken a turn and you're like, oh, I'm not sure if this was the right direction. And you're like, oh, I recognize that spot. I recognize that landmark. Okay, I'm totally on the right path. So this is where you start to feel like you've made the right choices and you're on the right path, and you're starting to see familiar landmarks, or you're starting to see results, you're starting to see sprouts. That feeling that, did I make the right choice or have I gone the right direction? You're going to start to get some feedback that confirms what it is that you wanted. So let's see about September for Taurus. Easy. Queen of Cups. This is kind of the counterpart to where you were in March with that stable energy. This one is more receptive rather than being someone's rock in the masculine way. This is going to be more nurturing, more intuitive, more the motherly type energy. And I think it's interesting that you have the King and the Queen of Cups, which are like counterparts, and then you have the Lovers where they come together. So this can be balancing your masculine and feminine qualities within, at least emotionally speaking, becoming more stable and balanced. And this is where I was talking about becoming a whole person. That would be where your masculine and feminine sides are both able to be in their power. So there's going to be a balancing out of your emotional energy in that month. And you'll be in your power in a way that you're able to receive love safely without feeling... It's an ability to be vulnerable because you are your own rock. Where this energy in March is more about being a rock for someone else. I feel like this is where you trust yourself. Yeah. feel that's all I'm guided to say on that for now, because we're going to get more details when we do the monthly. So I want to get one card for July, August, September, October. October for Taurus. Let's see. Taurus's October energy. Nine of Swords. What is it you're stressing about, Taurus? What's this anxiety? What's keeping you up? Whatever it is, I can pretty much promise it's more fear and concern and worry that's going to not play out. Generally, these are stories that come from the past or come from the what ifs, and your feelings of stress are legitimate, and it is normal to have anxiety. But in this month of October, there's a degree to where you get caught in an unproductive thought spiral and make those things loom bigger and worse than they are actually a threat. So when we get to October, and I'm going to draw some more cards to find out what's actually going on, versus to get a clearer picture of what's really a threat and what is more of something you're building to be more than it is. Mountain out of a molehill. So November for Taurus, the Hierophant. So 2020, November in Taurus, this is going to be whatever's going on, whatever you're dealing with, you are going to have to play it by the book. This is going to be something that is, there's a way it's always been done, and that's what you're going to stick to. This can be, this represents to me institutions, things that are established, the establishment, culture and society as they have been. And so whatever it is you're needing to move through, it will be beneficial to look at people that have been successful in this thing before. Do the tried and true thing and not do too much striking out on your own, but look to others for help, look to authority for help, look to people in the know, professionals. This is kind of the opposite of where you were back here in April, where you're open and you're just doing whatever, and you have the pack on your back and nothing else. You're going to have to call in people in the know, or at least it may not require others' input so much, but for you to do it above board, by the book, and nothing too willy-nilly or out there, as it were. So let's see what Taurus has in store for December of 2020. And all of these will be clarified in the monthlies, and even further details found out in the weeklies. So we'll get guidance on how to move through it. The World, finishing up 2020 in December with the World. This, whatever is going on here that's stressing you out in October, that you're going to need to stick to the main path, the main thoroughfare in November, is going to culminate in a giant win for you at the end of the year. Whatever it is, it's showing you on that gold medal stand up on the top, getting all the applause. You win. It's, Mario at the end of not getting the little princess, but the big princess, the end of the whole game. That's beautiful. I'm really looking forward to seeing how all this is going to play out and how we can help move through some of these sticky areas for you, Taurus, in 2020. Thank you.